All right, we should be live and direct. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's consistently following my content, interacting my content. And I just want to say what's up. My name is Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. And today, guys, I'm gonna be showing you guys just a simple way that you can monetize your content. One of the things I try to tell everybody is, first of all, if you publish content on social media in any regular sequence, manner, fashion, then you are a content creator. I mean, you are. You create content for social media. Now, the difference is you have two types of content creators. You have one who monetizes their content, and you have the other that doesn't. Okay. Now, this right here is for the ones who want to monetize your content. All right. Now, one of the things I want you to understand before we even go into this simple strategy is that when it comes to monetizing your content, you could be very forward going, very intentional, very in your face, out there, or you could be very subtle. Now, I have a tendency to approach it both ways. Okay. For example, I'm creating this content right now where I'm going to be showing you guys a strategy to easily monetize your content. Now, as soon as I get through shooting this video, I will add a link to the description of this video, inviting the viewers to go check out one of my digital products that either I sell or I control. Okay. And that's how simple it can be. Or, for example, I could be the kind of person that says, okay, you know what, I'm going to be a vlogger. I'm going to share my life on camera. And so I talk about different things. Let's say me and my family went on vacation this week and I took pictures of the vacation and I take those pictures and I share them online. All right. Now I can monetize that vacation by at the end of it saying, okay, look, if you ever wanted to learn how to create content around anything that you enjoy and learn how to monetize that content, then check out the link below. All right. And then at that link, they will be introduced to either a product that you own and control, one that you created, or they will be introduced to a product that you're reselling, right? Now, I have a tendency to fall into the category of e learning, all right? E learning, okay? Now, some people work in other categories. You might have somebody that's in fitness, somebody that's in health and nutrition, and depending on the type of content you make and the subject matter will determine the product you're going to sell. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how I've set this up on Facebook, okay? And how I do this and how I monetize or how I put in place the potential to monetize most of the content I put up on Facebook. All right, so give me a minute. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. All right, sorry about that. I had to go check something. All right, so you're looking at my Facebook profile. So there's a couple things that I do a little different than everybody else. First, I'm a digital creator on Facebook. I switched my profile over a few years back when they started the digital creator option. So I switched over to that. And what that signaled to Facebook was that I wanted to participate in their creators rewards program. And they have a program where they pay you for creating content, they pay you for engagement and things like that. But what it also allowed for me to do is, excuse me, it allowed for me to be able to have the freedom to go out and create content and to actually pitch and sell from my profile. And that's what I liked about it. So the first thing that I did was I switched over. And then in my mind, I switched over from thinking of my profile as a personal profile to a business profile or to a personal brand profile, if that makes more sense. Now, one of the things I've done in the meantime was I went over and I registered my name, so orvillejparker.com. Then I took that domain name and I pointed that towards my Facebook profile page. So now when I'm talking to anybody and they say, okay, Orville, do you have a website or anything that we can stay in contact with you on? I will give them the orvilljparker.com. And let me kind of show you how that works. Let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. So let's say a person went in here and they typed orvilljparker.com. All right, into the search bar. All right. Just want to make sure we're on this. All right, then you click that right there. You click that right there, and it takes you over to my Facebook page. Now, what I do is I use my Facebook page like a blog, like a website. So this is my hub. This is my central location. So whenever I log on in the morning time, what I'm doing is I go right to this page and I focus on this page. So now, when I take that orvilljparker.com and I forward here, it allows for me to be able to use my Facebook page like a hub and like a funnel. Now, when a person checks out my content, let's say for instance, let's look at some content I just recently posted. All right, so here's a piece of content I just posted today. All right, so first of all, one of the things I'm really heavy off into now is visuals. So I cloned myself with my AI software. And then now I'm able to create a ton of different pictures with me in different settings, interacting with different things, and I can create visuals to go along with my content. So that's one of the things I do. I create a nice visual that's going to catch a person's attention. All right. And then I usually put out I say usually because most of the time I try to put out something that's going to educate the person. Right. So in this one right here, I say, here's a simple strategy I've been using to position myself to create multiple streams of income in the digital space. All right. And then I talk to them about my approach, what I've been doing with my small publishing company as far as creating small trainings and also investing in licenses from other trainings that was created by other creators that I can turn around and resell. So I talk about all that. I talk about the space of digital marketing and how anybody can get started in that. Then right here at the end, I say, if you're interested in learning digital marketing to get a job in the space, launch your own product, or start your own community, check out my go-to resource over at learndigitaltoday.com. Now, this is pointing towards a training platform and a community that I invested in almost a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, where I have a master resale license where I get to resell this training platform and this community as if I had created. I get 100% profit. I made a one-time payment. And then after I made that payment, I can go out and sell 50, 100, 200 of these. And that's all I pay was what that one-time payment was. Now, the cool thing with it is that the training and the community is constantly updated. So it's not like it's something that's 2 years old and it's interactive. So right now, if you go in that community, there are people always in that community. The actual training platform does, I think, 5 trainings a week where they just stay on top of teaching people how to go out here and how to operate in the digital marketing space. And you're going to learn everything over there about social media, attraction marketing, building funnels, all that. Okay. Now, I didn't have to create that course, I didn't have to create it. So that saved me a lot of time, a lot of effort. And then it wasn't dependent off of my knowledge and my skill set, but I was able to go over there and invest a sum of money to get control of that product and that community. So now, with a lot of my content, if I'm talking about digital marketing and things like that, that's the product that I'm promoting in that content. And all I do with that content is what you're seeing here. I'll take and I'll put this little blurb right here at the end of it. It says, if you're interested in learning digital marketing to get a job in the space, boom, go to learndigitaltoday.com. And when they go over there, they're going to be hit with this right here. Now, this is very important, guys, because this is what you call an opt-in page. All right. And basically, it is set up for me to build a list. And so whenever somebody comes over here to check this out and they put their email address, their first and last name to get this free report that I'm giving them right here called the Freedom Formula Blueprint, and to check out information on our training platform in that community, all right, I get a lead and I start building a list, right? But now this is an automated system that they go through. So when they go through this 4-page system, they're going to interact with video and different testimonials and things like that that's going to explain the benefit of digital marketing and the benefit of our training program and the benefit of the community. And then if they come out on the other end as a customer, it generates a $900 payday for me. Okay. Now, the cool thing is, guys, again, like I said, I didn't have to create that. So once I've invested in that particular product and got the license for it, and I set that marketing funnel up, all I do now with that is just take that link and that little blurb that I'm talking about, and I put that around content that I've created. And that's how I monetize a lot of my content with that particular strategy there. Okay. Now, here is another piece of content that I put up. Okay. This one I put up 13 hours ago. All right. So on this one right here, I am talking about future casting. All right. And basically, and doing what we call vision casting. That's basically where I'm showing you a new strategy of how to create a vision board using AI in the digital space. And so I walk through and I break down what that strategy is. So I'm giving value. I'm teaching something. Okay. But then over here at the end of it, over here, I sign off on it, right? I sign off on it. And then you see my name, but what do you see here? You see avatarpopstudios.com, right? Now with this one right here, I have another version of it that I haven't uploaded yet where I have a call to action at the end of it. But pretty much this is all education here. All right. I'm teaching them a very powerful strategy on manifestation. Okay. But now the cool thing is what I talk about in this actual post, the product, the way they get that product is by hiring my company to create those graphics for them. So when they go over here now, they're going to go over to Avatar Pop Studios, and they're going to go over here to put their request in to talk to me, all right, about creating that particular product that I'm talking about in that post. And again, I create a piece of content that's giving value away, all right, and then what I do is I monetize that content by adding a link to a product that I'm selling. And in this case, it's our service, our graphic service, all right, where we create digital animations and photorealistic photos. Okay, so hope you guys got something from that, man. That's the blueprint there. Now, you as a content creator, man, you can create content out there around anything that you want to talk about. Okay, and then if you have a general product or a general service that you can sell, you can always create the content. Then at the end of the content, say, by the way, if you're interested in this type of thing right here, or if you ever wanted to do this right here, you could do this right here. A lot of times in content, you'll see that as in sponsorships. All right. But you're sponsoring yourself using this strategy that I'm talking about right now. You don't have to go out and find a third party company that wants to sponsor you. All you have to do is go out and find a third party company that you can move into what we call an affiliate relationship or a resale relationship, where you get some type of right to resell that product. And then you just take that and advertise that around your content. Okay. Or better yet, if you can, you create your own products and services that you advertise around it. So now, me personally, I have multiple ways of monetizing any content I have because I have a small portfolio of courses that I own and that I created. It's around 20 of them now. And then I have about another 7 to 10 products that I got resale rights to. All right. And the content that I create aligns with the products that I sell. So I always got a way to potentially monetize my content. All right, so hopefully that made sense to you guys. Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Just another strategy for you guys to get out here and to start building multiple streams of income. And guys got to remember, man, in today's world, if you are dependent on a single form of income, if you have no other way of trying to generate income, guys, you're putting yourself into what I consider a bad position. I don't care how good your job is, right? You can't depend on that because it's a job. It's not something you own and control. At any time, your boss can come to you, the company can come to you and say, look, we no longer need your services. And right then and there, you are without an income. All right. So the best way to approach this, I believe, from my standpoint, is to build some type of side hustle. I don't care if it's a small side hustle that you run. Take that side hustle and teach yourself the skill set of entrepreneurship and always have that on the side. And so that way, if something was to disrupt your job or something like that, you don't have to start from ground zero because you already got something that you've been building and running. And all you would have to do at that point is scale by adding more attention and more money to it. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Orville J. Parker, aka Coach, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless.